Impavidus has a PA horn or deck horn. This works not only as a PA but also as our foghorn. It packed up a few months ago, don't know why, so this is a story of how we managed to get it working again, and it wasn't what I thought it was at first, but hey ho. Also in this video I go out wandering, wandering in Malta. And why am I wandering? Well, somebody had told me there was a good wine shop. What they didn't tell me, it was a shop within the shop. Anyway, I managed to find it in the end. And they had some decent wines from, well, all around the world. At reasonable prices, I thought. Anyway, enjoy the video, guys. This is the PA horn that we use on Impavidus. I bought it fairly cheaply and I think I got it from Amazon. It's an 8 ohm 30 watt output PA horn or loudspeaker. It's weatherproof and at $26.99 it was just the job. We've had it about 7 years, so at that price I wasn't too concerned when it packed up working. However, it's very convenient when connected to our Garmin radio. It's simple, just two connections, a green wire and a white wire, and they get connected to the red and the black, which then goes up to the PA horn. Couldn't be any easier. Anyway, programmed into the Garmin are a set of sound signals that you can set automatically to run, say in fog or when at anchor, and this makes it, well, very convenient. Now the horn is actually located underneath our solar panels facing forward, and when it packed up I suspected it got water in it or something like that. Before doing any testing I disconnected the white wire. This would stop any spurious voltages going back towards the PA system or radio. With my multimeter set to ohms I checked to see if there was any resistance, and it was showing open circuit. Now from the start I'd suspected it was the horn, so I disconnected that and then measured again, but I got 8 ohms. It was definitely a circuit there. So I took a small battery, you know, those AAA ones you get in a remote control, and just connected it straight across the speaker. Every time I made a circuit I got a clicking sound, so I knew it was working. Anyway, what I did next was to take the two wires where they joined onto the horn and twisted them together. With the PA horn disconnected, I then went back to the cable and started probing it wherever I could get to it. Behind the chart table, in the back of the toilet, and even in the lazarette. The two probes on my multimeter are very, very fine, finer than a needle, and you can actually push them into the cable through the insulation. Not wanting to go into the tiny crawl space which is accessed via our lazarette, I decided to twist the two wires where the horn had been connected together, and this would give me a circuit if the cable was whole between that point, as shown in this diagram. Once I measured past the deck fitting, I got continuity and a small resistance, so I knew that the break was behind the deck fitting and somewhere by the end of the lazarette. I didn't fancy going in there, so I took the deck fitting off and had a look behind. Let's show you. Another job on the go while I've got everything out. This is the wiring panel for Bavaria, and I know it's not tidy. That's how they come out the factory, to be honest. The 2 yellow ones and that 1 white one are the only ones I've added. Anyway, this is the feed for our loud hailer fog siren PA, and it should be 8 ohms across those two. Now I've just tried those. There should be 8 ohms across there. Sorry, there should be 8 ohms when the horn is connected. But what I've actually done is taken the horn off to test it. The horn works, so I've twisted the other ends of those 2 cables together at that end, so it should be a dead short. And there is, I'll show you, nothing. So just to show that that's working, there we go. So somewhere between here and where the horn cable comes up, there's a break. Now I've checked where it goes into the deck through the deck fitting, and it's working there. We've got a dead short there, so I'm gonna have to go into the lazarette and try it. And again, as always, what's the time? It's just coming up to 10 o'clock. It is so hot here. It's not hot, it's normal temperature, but it's so well sheltered, this place. Something's bleeping at me. Oh, it's this, it's just switched itself off. It's got an auto switch off thing on it. Actually, if you go to our website, there's you can get these through Amazon, on our Amazon affiliates. You'll get the best possible price. Excuse me, I'm dripping sweat everywhere. You'll get the best possible price. It's the one we recommend. It's the Uni T. This one has AC and DC clamp meter. It's a little bit expensive. AC DC clamp meters are expensive, but it allows you to check if there's current flowing through a cable without disconnecting it or putting probes in. So, crikey, it's warm. Well, I'm now going to go out. I don't know if you can hear in the background, there's a droning sound. That's my water maker running. I'm just about to, we're on the forward tank, which is 150 litres. The aft tank is empty, so I'm going to fill that with RO water, because I've managed to get some, again from RLR, down the harbour here, RLR. They've got me some proper Spectra cleaning fluid for my membrane. So what I'm going to do is put RO water in the back tank, and then I'm going to use that RO water to flush the system through, and then put a gallon of water in a bucket, RO water, put the chemical in, and cycle it over and clean the membrane. I haven't read the instructions yet, but I know that's what you do. It's the timings I haven't checked. Anyway, so I need to go into the lazarette again and empty it all out, and go to the cable tray where this cable comes from here to here. As I say, it's working where it goes through the through hull, because these probes on this are like needles. You can actually put them in through the insulation, and then when you take them out, it seals back up again. So they're really good. Crikey, it's hot. I've got to find a fan or something or get outside. Right, I'll show you what's going on. So the hunt for the broken wire. So as I explained earlier, I've taken the sounder, horn, tannoy, whatever you want to call it, off and twisted the 2 wires together. And these are the 2 wires that go down to the board, and then they come down that conduit down and into the boat there. So I've now started emptying out the lazarette so I can get in. I think what I'll do is I'll show you a circuit diagram, a very simple one, of what we're doing in order to find where that break is. And meanwhile, I'm going to undo that joint where it goes in. I've pulled it apart a little bit, took some tie wraps off just to see if there's any damage to the cable, but according to the meter there is there's continuity. So I'm putting current up there, back down again and measuring it, and there is current, so the break in the wire isn't in that piece of tube there, which is where one would think it would be. Managed to get down into the lazarette enough to get under here into the cable tray, and I put the meter on that, and the meter said that I had no continuity from this point up to there. So I've just undone, as I said a minute ago, and look what I found. There's a nick in that cable, and the humidity has just rotted, so that's where the break is. Now what I will have to do is pull some slack there and rejoin that cable. That's where it is. That's why it wasn't working. There you go. So just twisting the ends together, and then checking the resistance and continuity at the same time. The continuity between that cable, the black one, and the red one, and the resistance. We've found the damage. That's been going for some time, one would say. I wonder how that's happened. Well, must have been damaged. It looks like it's been damaged by pulling through another cable. Anyway, let's repair it, and then we can check it all works. Okay, so I've cut quite a bit out, you can see there, of cable where it was corroded and broken. I've put a joint in, and it's one of those that you heat up and it shrinks, and they're all full of glue and what have you, and crimped it with the proper crimpers. So you can see there, that's how much I had to cut out. See that? Quite a bit. Now these two are still twisted together here, so if we're right, I should go down back into the, well, not into here, but back down to the electronics panel, and then test the continuity back at the beginning again, and we should get a bleep. Let's try that. Place is a mess. Okay, so I've just wired that round there. This is on, it's got a little bleep, resistance. On this one it's actually the diode checker that you can push that blue button. Let's see what happens. There we go, you hear the bleep. We have found the break, and now I need to put that wire back in another crimp like that, connect it, and then tidy all this up, and that's it. That's how we found the break in the wire. Look at this, it needs to be coiled and taped properly. I actually didn't put that in, that was the guys from Garmin that pulled these cables through. Oh, it's not, there's nothing wrong with it, it just needs tidying up. Perhaps we'll do that. Right, so we're all reconnected at this end, just hanging on there temporarily till it goes out. Oh, what have I sat on now? Oh dear. Let's have a go at the radio. So where are we? Got my good glasses on. PA, hailer, fog, hailer. Press to talk. 1 2 1 2. There we go. Let's try it on the fog. Let's put it on manual. Select. Yep, that's working. Brilliant. Could have done with that the other day. Well, the other month. Right, job done. Another job jobbed. As I said previously, it's been fairly warm here, and that includes overnight. The temperatures haven't been dropping much. Now I have got a couple of fans on the boat and they do keep us cool-ish, but where we are, despite there being wind out at sea, we're very sheltered, and so it's very still and hence very warm. Anyway, I thought I'd show you what it was like for all you people back in England that are probably getting soaking wet at Glastonbury. A couple of days later, Mr. Oka turned up, just come across from Tunisia. Good to see him again. You'll remember he was down at Finike with us the first year we were in Turkey. I thought I'd give you a view from the top of the bridge where we parked the dinghy. The main town is over there. We're anchored, on the mooring over the other side there. So that's the main boulevard along here. That's where we get the water. Our water maker's now working, so brilliant. Don't need to do that anymore. You can pick up diesel and petrol there as well. This is the bridge that we come under. And today is my 42nd anniversary. So happy anniversary, darling. Sid's still in the UK. Hopefully we can she can come back soon and we can move on. Big boat yard there. Yep, it's a busy. It's a busy. So you can't see the cafe we're going to, it's sort of over there. But, I'm just waiting for a friend to come along. He's on his own as well. And so we're both going to go and have a cooked breakfast as a special treat. No yoghurt and muesli today. Yeah, there we go. That's what it's like. It's a busy old town. A couple of days later I went looking for the wine shop. Now I didn't realise it was a shop within a shop, and when I found it, it was actually inside a freezer shop. But by this time I'm getting cabin fever. It was good to get out and have a wander around and a bit of a nose. Lovely. That's really nice. We've had that before. That's nice. That's okay. The Malbec's nice. There was a New Zealand red they had here. Where is it? See if I can find it. New Zealand red, where are we? Californian. No, I can't see it now. That's it there. They do a red of that. That's really nice. That's a Sauvignon Blanc. They do a red of that. Is that it? No, that's Sauvignon Blanc. Really nice. Reasonable prices as well. Oh, that's an unusual marker. No trouble getting between them two. Notice I've now pumped the dinghy up and we are cruising quietly back to the boat. And I'm talking over this so that you don't hear the jingling of the bottles. What an eclectic mix of boats. And scenery as well. Well, when I got back and sat down with my coffee, I heard an almighty bang and lots of air escaping. I realised that the ferry that had been parked in the middle of the harbour for a couple of days was checking out all of their life rafts. The things don't half go off with a bang. I was hoping to get across in the dinghy and have a look, but I was halfway through getting this tannoy sorted. Anyway, I'll leave you with the short piece of film that I did actually take. As you can see, the boat's in the background now, right in the centre of the picture. Okay guys, well, I hope this has been mildly entertaining and you've got something from it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, give us a thumbs up, and I'll see you next week. Hopefully I'll have got the varnishing done by then. Until next time, sail safe guys. Bye for now.